Hello, I'm Eleazer, and I'm excited to bring you the devotion for today, Tuesday, June 23rd, 2020. I just want to bring you an encouraging word about how prayer changes things. And, as I look around at what's going on in the current climate, in Seattle and other parts of the country, it really just grieves my heart. And the flesh in me has just been, a lot of emotions from sadness to anger to frustration. It just runs the gamut. And I was reminded this weekend that, this isn't a battle against flesh and blood, but against the spiritual realm. And the father of lawlessness and chaos is just running amok right now. And so, what we need to do is pray. And, this reminded me of Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12, where it says, "We are not fighting against flesh and blood enemies, but against evil rulers and authorities of the unseen world, against mighty powers in the dark world, and against evil spirits in heavenly places." And I've heard this verse a million times, and I know a lot of you have, and, but the flesh of me just wanted to be in denial about it. But I just want you to know that when you pray, your prayers go straight to the throne room of God, and He dispatches His angels down to help us in our time of need. And, you might be saying, well, I've been praying, but I haven't seen any change. The situation just seems to be getting worse. But let me take you back to Daniel chapter 10, verse 12. And Daniel had this vision, and it troubled him so much that he just began to pray right away. And he wasn't getting an answer um, anytime soon. But in verse 12, an angel says to him, "Then he said, 'Don't be afraid, Daniel. Since the first day you began to pray for understanding and to humble yourself before your God, your request has been heard in heaven. I have come to answer your prayer.' But for 21 days the spirit prince of the kingdom of Persia blocked my way. Then Michael, one of the archangels, came to help me, and I left him there with the spirit prince of the kingdom of Persia. Now I am here to explain what will happen to your people in the future, for this vision concerns a time yet to come." And so I want to encourage you with that Daniel had prayed, and it took 3 weeks for an angel to get down because he had to fight through the spiritual realm of the Prince of Persia to get down to Babylon where Daniel was. And he needed the help of Michael the Archangel to help him get through. And so I just feel like we're in the same kind of situation where people are praying, the believers are praying, "God, what is going on? Bring order back from this chaos." And you're not seeing the results. But, again, we're dealing with a spiritual realm component here. And so we have to be fervent in our prayers, and we must continue on. In Ephesians chapter 6, further down in verse 18, it says, "Pray in the Spirit at all times and on every occasion. Stay alert and be persistent in your prayers for all believers everywhere." And so we can't get discouraged. We have to keep praying. And I'm speaking to myself here. I have to start praying and continue the prayer and not be discouraged by what I see on TV or what I read online or anywhere else. I must be consistent in my prayers and believe that God is answering these prayers. And if we go back to Daniel, if we go back to the second verse in chapter 10, Daniel was so troubled by this. It says, "When this vision came to me, I, Daniel, had been in mourning for 3 whole weeks. All that time I had not eaten any rich food, no meat or wine crossed my lips, and I used no fragrant lotions until those 3 weeks had passed." And so I just, I ask you that question. Have you been grieved so much to where you've not eaten, you've not drank anything, you've not bathed? I can only imagine what Daniel smelled like after 3 weeks of not bathing, but he was that moved and that troubled by the vision. And so we as believers, need to have that sense of urgency about what's going on in this country, that we get down on our knees and we pray fervently, consistently about God's presence coming down and opening the eyes of the people around us and breaking this chain of lawlessness and chaos. And God can do it. And we're a part of this world, and so we can also, in addition to praying, we can make our voices be heard as well, but not in an angry voice, but out of love. Support what you need to support, but be prayed up before you say anything, before you write anything, because we want to do everything that the Spirit has led us to do. And so I just want to encourage you to continue to pray. Don't get discouraged by what you see on TV, because it is just temporary. And God will win in the end, and we will win in the end. So bless you. Hope the Lord just blesses you richly on this day and the rest of the week. Thank you.